The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debates you choose. Shout outs to Clan Arky for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussion.
Ring Gang Radio.
So boxing, yes. You know, we had a wonderful light heavyweight fight last Friday of all days, which I was blessed to be in the house for, fifth press row. Of course, we're talking about Artur Beterbiev and Oleksandr Gvozdyk, a rare unification. For people that want to know the background, it's a rare unification. They're both champions. In Gvozdyk's case, he's the actual ruler of that division. So the fact that we got like a caliber fight like that on a Friday night was it's kind of nuts. So I'm over here just anticipating. I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, oh man, I'm about to see a fade being handed out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, LB, what were your thoughts on the fight?
I thought it was a good fight, but not on the same level as Spence Porter and Golovkin, Derevyanchenko, and Thurman Pacquiao, you know.
Yeah, because the fight never reached a war status, but what it did reach was a good tactical battle between both fighters.
Yes, it did.
Like, I mean, from where I was sitting, early on, I could tell that Beterbiev's power was making Gvozdyk highly uncomfortable. Like this dude was really moving. Like, he's a mover, but he was really moving his feet. Like, every time Beterbiev was hitting him, like in the forearms and stuff, like Gvozdyk, like you saw it in his face, like he had like a slight panic look in his face. Like it's like, damn, goddamn, this nigga. I mean, granted, they fought in the amateurs and Beterbiev stopped him there, but he was like, yeah, this dude's power is different. You know, but Gvozdyk, you know, he tried though. Like, I mean, like he
was up. Like the fight was competitive as hell to me. Like, yeah, I just felt like he eventually got overwhelmed. But I think the thing that hurt him the most was he wasn't assertive enough. Mm-hmm. And like, you know, he didn't believe in his offense.
Yeah, like he was throwing like the same.
Better be clean and rocking them, but it's like he wouldn't push through with it. Like, he didn't step in with the attack. He didn't really try to push him back. He wasn't really jabbing hard with authority like he's supposed to. Like,
no, well, I mean, basically he was just jabbing to maintain distance, and that's what he was doing because basically he jabbed enough just to keep Beterbiev off balance for most of the fight, not all of it.
That's not good enough against an animal like that. Like,
no,
you can't just jab at certain guys. You know, if they're not, you know, beasting on you like that, they're not pressuring you like that, they just kind of stalking you. You could jab on some distance to line you up and hit you with some right crosses or uppercuts and whatnot. But a guy who's really coming at you and he's bobbing and weaving, he's throwing little jabs, he's shifting and feinting, and he's winging hard shots at you, you gotta deter that somehow. You gotta shoot a hard jab. You gotta turn them jabs over. You gotta step in with them jabs. You gotta shoot them out. I mean,
and what happened was Gvozdyk, you know, all that shit he was doing, that was a lot of energy he was wasting.
Exactly.
And then what happened was Beterbiev closed the distance. Like once that work rate dropped, Beterbiev came in there, both hands. And the funny thing is too, like I always thought Beterbiev's hands, like he was kind of like a mummy. Like on TV, his hand speed wasn't really all that to me. But
I don't know why you thought that. I never thought he was slow. I never thought he was that slow.
He got quick hands, but the thing is, he be in position to punch, but I feel like he keeps his hands low. So if you punch with him, you can catch him, because that's how he be getting clipped a lot of times.
Yeah. Plus he's flat-footed as hell.
Yes. And see, that's why Gvozdyk had to push him back, but he wasn't doing that. When he's flat-footed, he can't readjust like that. So you pushing him back, he take a step back, you snapping his head back with them jabs. Because it's not like Beterbiev was kind of getting under him and really getting low and bracing for shots like a Roman Gonzalez type of fighter. No, he wasn't doing that shit. Like,
no, he was taking those shots. Like, I mean, one thing about Gvozdyk, Gvozdyk can also punch. Because like I said, because Beterbiev's face had the lumps and everything on there too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he was just walking through that office because, like I said, as you said before, he wasn't committing to it. He wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't wasn't thrown with authority.
I was gonna say it didn't look like he was respecting his power. So.
No.
Because he wasn't throwing like his life depended on it. Like, he was throwing on some, like, okay, like, the type of punches he was supposed to be throwing was like the punches Brook was throwing on Golovkin.
Yeah.
That's the type of punches he really needed to, like, really, if he would have really just threw some, like, oh, get the fuck off me.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have put some of that mustard on them right hands and shit, he could have very well clipped Beterbiev.
Right. But instead
he had the height and everything to do it too. Like, he had the leverage on the shots.
Yeah. But he eventually gave up the distance and everything like that. And then Beterbiev, when he came in and got in, you know, he basically then he went on a body attack. I think it was the 9th round where Beterbiev almost was able to put him away with a body shot. You know,
dumbass ref.
Yeah, the ref was fucking up. Yeah, and like everyone.
What's with these refs stopping these body shots, man? Like,
yeah, like you heard people in the crowd, like the Ukrainians, like they were just like they were yelling in their language. I couldn't understand what the fuck they were talking about, man. Like there was on one. The whole place was rocking with Ukrainians, bro. Like, and they were just screaming at the ref. Like I said, I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, but you know, like there was something in there that excited them a lot. in that action though, but
and he kept ducking his head and getting clubbed in the top and back of his head by Beterbiev. Yeah. It's like fighting fucking scary, man.
Right. You know, and in the 10th round, man, and yeah, Beterbiev just like, you know what? Yeah, you know, you're getting out of here, bro. I was like, after the 9th round, I was telling the people in the press, I was like, this shit is a wrap. Like, he's out of there in the next round, you know. Yeah, and then Beterbiev just held back the combinations. Like, they were fluid too. I was like, this is where I was surprised. I didn't think Beterbiev, was that fluid or like were through that fast. But his hand speed was pretty good, you know. And like, yeah, he just brutally put Gvozdyk down. I think it was 3 times, you know, for the TKO victory. Gvozdyk was all messed up, and you know, Teddy Atlas. I don't know what Teddy was doing in Gvozdyk's corner, but I don't think he was offering much in terms of
strategy. Doing his "We Are Firemen" speech. Shit, fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, I was like, I mean, Teddy, like, your fighter is starting to catch some work. Like, you know, you should be able to tell him something else other than, you know, trying to hype him up or whatever. Like,
yeah, you didn't need no cheerleading at that point. You needed fucking strategy, and I felt like there were certain things he could have did to kind of neutralize Beterbiev, but one was the whole authority. It's like certain things wouldn't have happened if he would have approached with that reinforcing his game plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shoot everything. Like you see how Chris Algieri was getting barrel rolled by Provodnikov early. You think he would have boxed himself back into that fight if he would have just threw little bullshit, let me gauge your distance type jabs?
Yeah, no.
He had the fucking, and remember, Chris Algieri's no big puncher.
Right.
He had to throw solid, you know, double, triple jabs and follow it with right hands and keep moving and turning Provodnikov. Who, yeah, I know ain't a beast like Beterbiev, but Provodnikov, you know, can pressure you pretty good, and he can counterpunch pretty good.
Right.
But even when Gvozdyk was throwing with authority, it seemed like he wasn't really pushing back Beterbiev. Didn't really phase him. I don't know if he was tired at that point or something, but because at that point it was kind of too late. Nothing was really working for him.
Yeah, I mean, you can't try to throw hard, you know, 5th and 6th round. And then it's like he's not stepping in with the punch. Like, after you let the combination go through with it, You throw the left, you land the jab in the right hand. Where's the left hook?
Mm-hmm.
He's clubbing you. You get inside on the clinch. Where's the uppercut on the inside?
Yeah, no, that he was just holding.
Where's the hook to the body? Like, wear him down, do something. Like, you punch hard too, bro.
Yeah,
he don't push nearly as hard as Beterbiev though. I could hear them shits through my TV.
Yeah, no,
but you gotta look. You can't think like that in a fight.
Right.
To me, it's like who take the punch better. I don't know if you hit harder than me until I throw my hardest fucking punch and try to hurt you.
Yeah, and the funny thing is too is like I thought that, I mean, just because I know we talked about this in our preview. I mean I didn't think Beterbiev's chin. Like I think Beterbiev's chin is shaky, and I thought Gvozdyk would punch hard enough to at least bother it. And like I said, Beterbiev just walked right through it. He wasn't bothered.
I was thinking
because he saw those type of punches, man. There was a few shots where, you know, Gvozdyk would kind of maneuver him and catch him on the side or some shit where he had to step into it. So he's like, oh, okay, boom. But they weren't all the other knockdowns Beterbiev had where he's getting clipped with something he don't see.
I believe it was like the 7th round where he like rocked Beterbiev with a right, and it's like Beterbiev like just pushed through, like kept going forward. I'm like, what the fuck?
And Gvozdyk let him push through. Even if you land a big shot like that, you're not supposed to just still let him back you up. You're supposed to turn him at least.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, he didn't use his athleticism and movement to the best of his ability.
Yeah, like it's basic boxing, like jab 1-2, turn him, left hook off the turn, the pivot.
Yeah, but the funny thing is too that he was actually leading on the cards too.
I had him leading on my cards too, honestly. Very small margin, but I had him leading on my cards the round of the stoppage.
I think I had Beterbiev up around, but I could see it either way because it was a close fight. It was a competitive fight. Like, I don't know what this whole narrative, like Beterbiev was like thrashing him the whole fight or something, like, because he was getting hit with some big shots.
Right. You know, and yeah, like I said, because I mean, after the fight, I was near Beterbiev, and like I said, Beterbiev's face had lumps. Like, I mean, he got lumped up. He absorbed some shit in that fight. And then what we talked about before, like Gvozdyk get like cut to the back of the head. When I was backstage too, I mean, I was walking around the area, you know, I saw the ambulance come down. I was like, oh boy, this is not good. And like, I mean, I was like, who's this for? And then you see Teddy Atlas and the rest of the Gvozdyk team, they're just out there, and their faces are just like, you know, Teddy didn't want to talk to nobody. Like, he was just being a little ornery and everything. And, you know, you see Gvozdyk, and like he's holding the back of his head and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh.
Them clubbing shots, man.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important to not let those type of guys just wing shots and wail at you, man. And you fight them scary, like you just embolden them because you're fucking trying to duck low. You're that tall. What you trying to duck low for?
Right.
Shoot the fucking jab. Keep him off and pivot. Like, watch some fucking Vitaly Klitschko fights.
You know, and it's a shame because Gvozdyk ended up being in the hospital for 2 days after the fight. He had a concussion from that fight.
Damn.
Yeah, so because usually, I mean, now obviously because, you know, we've had a couple of unfortunate deaths on American TV. So I mean, I don't fault them if you want to keep a fighter in the hospital for an extended period of time. But usually, I think after 24 hours, they're all checked out and they can go. But like after that, it's just like, this is you know, they let him go after that. It's like, yeah, he had a concussion. So Gvozdyk, like I said, I mean, he fought admirably in spots, but like I said, he was just overwhelmed by the better fighter.
Right.
Better, hungry. I don't know if you want to call him hungrier or whatever.
Yeah, hungrier, better fighter.
Yeah.
Because that's all that, to me, that's what separated the two, because they both had the tools to get the job done. One guy utilized his tools better. Like right. Gvozdyk, you already know how it is to get hit with hard punches, but you know, Stevenson and Beterbiev, they hit you with hard shots differently. One guy is doing it more in a textbook ways, coming direct at you, but he just finds a way to land the straight left. Beterbiev is just aggressive, coming at you. He could jab with you. He has quick hands. He's deceptive like that. Mm-hmm. And you got to keep him off of you, and you got to hurt him and push him back, like
right.
You know, Devin Alexander, Marcos Maidana.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of that too. And the thing with Beterbiev, again, like, obviously, if you hurt him, he doesn't stay hurt for very long. Like, the two fights that I know the Callum Johnson fight and then an early fight in his career, like, pretty much, I think he ended the fight in the next round. The ones like in the second Johnson fight, like when he was in serious trouble, like he was on the verge of being KO'd, you know, and then he recovered and knocked dude out in the next round.
Because everybody always stays in his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You can't, once you hurt a guy like Beterbiev, it's like he's now way more dangerous. Because now he's throwing more intensity in them exchanges.
Right.
Like a guy like that, nah. After you clip Beterbiev, you drop him, nah. You set him up for another shot like that, but you don't engage him. You don't do the whole Joshua Ruiz thing.
Yeah, no.
You don't. But with Joshua, he's confident in his inside game. But with Gvozdyk, he didn't really have an inside game, so you don't need to be mid-range with Beterbiev.
Yeah, and that's something that I think Gvozdyk should probably try to develop in the future. So especially, so he doesn't so he doesn't get clubbed in the back of the head, and end up in the hospital again for 2 days with a concussion. Be
first and push that jab out and move. Like, you gotta box assertively against guys like that. Those crude sluggers, and they'll bust your head open with them damn winging overhand rights and shit.
Well, Beterbiev actually did show some real good, legit boxing ability in this fight. It wasn't just like, he was.
Nah, he did, but the times where he really got to do it is when he was doing the wailing shit.
Right, exactly.
But he boxed good enough in those other parts where Gvozdyk would try to box him and he'll shoot a jab and he'll have a better jab than Gvozdyk.
Right. And Gvozdyk is the one. Gvozdyk actually has the educated jab, so that was kind of weird. That was the case.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. He had all the tools for it. Like, he had the footwork, the reach, the height. He had enough power. All of that shit. But he no excuses. He lost to the better man. Like, I felt like he needed a better game plan. Teddy Atlas, who is respectable and knowledgeable, I don't think he really offered anything in that corner like that.
No, he didn't.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, no, not at all. And I think that'll be something that he should. I'm not saying get rid of Teddy right away. But you're gonna have to really make sure that Teddy's on point with whatever his game plans are, instead of just trying to be like a psychotic cheerleader for this.
He went off on that ref during that damn knockdown.
Yeah, he did.
Like, dude, I thought they was gonna throw hands.
Yeah, there was a lot of blown. I'd say there was a lot of knockdowns that weren't called knockdowns, and vice versa in that fight too. It was kind of wild too. It got a little bit out of hand. But but it doesn't. Oh, P, you're saying something?
No.
Yeah, but it doesn't take away how great. It was a damn good fight. It was a fight.
Yeah, of course.
That ESPN needed.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, because Lord knows ESPN hasn't been supplying us with the dandiest of fights, but whatever.
So this was good that they had something like this, airing on their wave or whatever. Even for the fight, it got decent ratings from what I understand. It got rated higher than the average Danny Garcia fight, so that's always a win.
This nigga, and Big Brother finally got the remote from the little brother so he could watch his TV shows. Tune in on the next Max Kellerman and Andre Ward Z on ESPN Plus.
Speaking of that, I kept hearing a lot of comments about Max Kellerman and Andre Ward during the broadcast. Was there anything? I mean, I haven't watched the broadcast yet. But was there anything on there that was kind of like weird or anything?
The narratives. Oh man, just the usual.
Just the usual. Yeah, because I was like, why are people commenting about Max and Ward so much? I mean, I think the big thing is that I guess Max was really like being in full stand mode for Andre Ward,
and the whole quit and shit, like, because Max basically said Gvozdyk quit, like he couldn't get up no more. Like, even though he kept getting knocked down, he kept getting up, but he was overwhelmed, he was done, and like Max kind of just he kind of killed the vibe with that, saying that shit.
Yeah, no. If there's one thing that Gvozdyk did not do is he did not quit. He simply got up and he just got beat down.
The ref stopped it. Like, what else you fucking want? And this is on top of the whole re-evaluating Golovkin career nonsense he was on. So it's like he 2 for 2. But then when you add all the cheerleading him and Ward was doing during the Yard and Kovalev fight, it's 3 for 3, man. So it's like, I'm getting tired of these two, man.
Yeah, well,
selling ass out.
In that case, I probably shouldn't watch the broadcast of the fight then, but
fucking Big Brother narrative they was on. Like, it's like they was trying to make it seem like Gvozdyk wasn't in the fight like he was.
Yeah, well, that's bullshit, obviously.
Like, the shit that Chris Mannix was doing and trying to make it seem like Golovkin was like, losing or getting his ass kicked and shit. They was trying to do that for Gvozdyk, like on some like, yeah, he's just uneasy, this, that. Like, he'll snap Beterbiev's head back, and it's like the tenacity of Beterbiev.
ESPN commentary never changed. Yeah, boxing commentary has taken a dive in 2019, big time.
I mean, I think by now it's basically like jumped the Shark Tank because it's been bad for a couple of years. So
it's worse now that HBO gone and Showtime fell off. Like, at least their commentary was like decent. Like, I know a lot of people bitch and complain and they hated HBO or they get mad over sometimes some of the people at Showtime, but I ain't really had no problems with them. Maybe once or twice, but overall,
right,
way better than what we've been getting with these dudes.
Facts.
I'll take Goose and Lennox Lewis over damn Mannix.
Okay.
Mannix is trash.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
You know where and Jay talking, bro. You gotta be.
I'm gonna stop.
Like, Lewis is trash, but damn, at least Goosen is like level-headed. Like, so I'm like, okay. But it's like Mannix.
Goosen says a lot of stupid shit too. So I mean,
he has his moments, but damn, at least it's like a real boxing person. Like, Mannix don't really offer nothing, and Mora be like saying some good shit, but then it's like sometimes I feel like he get drawn into Mannix bullshit.
Right. Exactly.
Whereas Goosen don't get drawn into Lewis bullshit.
Yeah, but he has his own bullshit, so...
Yeah, but I mean, I'll take some Goosen bullshit over Lewis bullshit. Have you stuttering and not pronouncing names right? But at the end of the day, they all bad. Like they all, like, I'm just saying, like, this, right. Like, you got trash, you got garbage water, sanitation, like, they all at the dome.
Right, and exactly, and no commentary with that's level-headed would ever call someone quitting in the Gvozdyk Beterbiev fight. Yeah. There was no quit.
I'm not even trying to shit on Max, but he knows better. It's just he has to be agenda now. Like,
yeah, he's chilling. He like everybody else did in the company.
Right. That's why Teddy Ellis is relegated now to doing ESPN international broadcast now. You know, because
Hey, don't bring that shit to America, Teddy.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. You know, the commentary had to be a little negative about the fight, and like I said, I probably will not watch it then. But definitely.
It's a sour bite to end the meal, man. You didn't need it.
Yeah, no, you didn't. And like I say, and then this fight was a perfect representative of what 175 division. Like, it's a division that moves. It provides the best fights to watch. You know, and like I said, 175 stays being a top 3 division in boxing.
Hell yes, I want to see Bivol and Beterbiev now. Shit.
Exactly.
I think Bivol got the jab to tame Beterbiev.
But probably not the size. I don't think, and I think Bivol's chin is kind of suspect too. So
it might be.
Yeah. So yeah, but 175. Yeah.
At least he has experience dealing with those damn overhand, wild, awkward punches.
I don't see Bivol Beterbiev ending any differently than Beterbiev Gvozdyk. I think it's going to be the same result. And I like Bivol. I mean, he has the length, the athletic. He has the length, and the jab, but he's just very stiff. Like, he's mad stiff.
But
I
can't more assertive though, man. Like, Gvozdyk don't box with the authority. Like even with Stevenson, like, he was fighting scary against a 40-year-old for damn 5 rounds.
Well, a 40-year-old that has a monster left hand. That's the thing.
True, but I mean, look at the pace. I mean, this is the thing. Stevenson was still letting them go. But I mean, come on, man.
And he's not, and Beterbiev is not going to respect Bivol's power, because he doesn't really have power like that. He pushes his punches a lot. So, you're not gonna
decent power. Like, I think he pushes some shots, but then some shots he turn over. Like, I don't know. I almost feel like it depends on his opponent.
I don't know, because I see him pushing his punches a lot, way too much. It's like you're not gonna get Beterbiev's respect by pushing your punches like that.
No, not at all.
And
I felt like he could have did a little better, but
Gvozdyk is a little bit more. I think he has a little bit better movement and athleticism to him. I think fucking Bivol is very stiff. So I don't think that's a good.
But that's the thing. Is like, Gvozdyk has the better. He might like Gvozdyk has the better like movement and footwork. Although I think Bivol is more athletic. But that's the thing. I don't think Gvozdyk uses his athleticism and his footwork to his advantage. He's too flighty with it. Like, Bivol kind of uses that on his offense in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely.
I honestly, I think he'll do just as good as Gvozdyk, if not better. Like, he got a more.
Yeah, but I see the result ending the same.
I don't know. I gotta see it. I gotta see it happen, because I think Bivol believes in his jab more than Gvozdyk does. And that jab is the key.
We'll see. Plus, Bivol's actually on the smaller side. Like, Bivol I feel like Bivol really belongs more at 168 than 175.
He don't look small like that to me. Like, everybody keeps saying he's small. Like, I mean, he looks about the same size as everybody else.
I don't know, just the way he looks built. He looks built more like a super middleweight than a light heavyweight. I don't know. That's just how I see it.
Yeah,
I mean, Callum Smith fucking looked like he could be 175. If you're comparing him to him, then I would say, yeah, Callum Smith looked bigger than dude.
Shit, I mean, Bivol should go after Callum Smith and see if he can. I mean, Bivol's asking for another fight. Ask for Callum Smith fight if you really are 168.
Nah, you already at 175. Don't do that fucking Dawson shit. That shit hurt my heart when he did that shit.
Yeah, facts.
I don't need this.
Nobody told him. Nobody told him to do that.
He didn't even make no big money like that. Like, it was a big. I think he got 500. I think 600K. And I'm like, yeah, but your career was done after that, or at least started the slide, because
Yeah, because he got killed by Superman in his next fight.
Yeah, at your proper weight. So it was like, damn, no excuses now.
Yeah, light heavyweight has had a lot of fuckery over the.
Just stay there, like Bivol got the boxing ability to keep up with Beterbiev, but I don't know if he got all the, everything else needed to do that shit.
Yeah, that's well, I mean, that's a question mark, and like I said, that's something that we'll have to wait on. Of course, I think the next big light heavyweight fight obviously is in a couple of weeks. And then we're gonna see how the light heavyweight division moves forward.
Yeah,
Canelo.
We're gonna have a. I was saying, it's like, oh, all the champions now are Russian. Oh wait, in 2 weeks we're gonna have a Mexican.
And
we'll see if we'll see. I got everything planned out. I mean, cherry pick going wrong.
Yep, I mean, our podcast for that, which is probably going to be like next week, I think, we'll definitely get more into that particular fight, what it'll mean. I mean, but of course, like I said, early reports around here at Ring Gang Radio it's not a fight that's needed. It shouldn't happen. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, well, what are we going to do? But light heavyweight still, it got to keep the momentum going into next year. I don't want to see a drop-off period where everybody just fuck around like how heavyweight and let me see what other the middleweight kind of did that a little bit.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to see that in 2020. So hopefully if Canelo, whoever wins Canelo Kovalev fight Beterbiev
that's not happening. Canelo's not staying at 175.
Of course he's not.
We'll see. It's like this is the thing. Like Canelo gotta fight some of these top names. He can't dance around. Whoever he fights is gonna be some type of threat.
Exactly. But people don't want to hear that though.
Yeah, like I mean, you can only move around so long. Like you go to 168, people gonna expect either Saunders or Callum Smith.
Right.
And you stay at 175, it's got to be a Kovalev rematch if you lose. If you win, what? No one wants to see Canelo and Jesse Hart. Canelo and Zerto? Like really? Like now y'all want to do that? Like,
oh God forbid, Canelo Zerto.
Y'all could have built that up some more. Like that's the fight y'all should have been at. It's like that's a fight Canelo should have had like last year or some shit.
Right. But 175, like I said, has a lot of ebbs and flows in that division.
Hello, Bivol, shit.
Yeah. But 175, man. You gotta love that division. Yeah. It's never a dull moment there with the type of fights and shit that happened there. You gotta love it.
So Chad Dawson just won recently. I think he had a fight recently.
He sure did.
Everybody hanging around. So, Marcus Brown gonna fight soon, or he getting in the fight?
Yeah, I know Joe Smith is actually, it might be fighting soon. It's like, yeah, I mean, they're all dangerous, every single one of them.
Yeah, everybody a threat. So there's some good fights. I like that.
Exactly. So yeah, bottom line is, definitely. If you have not seen that fight, go ahead and watch it. Like I said, it's not fight of the year, but it's a tier underneath it. It's a very, very good fight with a satisfying ending. So that's what we care about.
I feel like Hooker Ramirez was better though.
Right. And like I said, I just like the fact that we're getting unifications. Obviously. Yeah,
because I'm comparing it to a unification fight. So.
Yeah, like we talked about Prograde Taylor, and then later on in week and a half we get Monster and Donaire, for unification. So, this is
biggest Asian fight ever.
Right. Passing the torch type of fight. So I'm loving this little wave of unification. High high quality between top champions contenders or top champion unifications. That's a trend that I would love to see that continue into 2020 and beyond. Real talk. So that brings us to the end of our show. LB, do you have any final thoughts?
Hopefully Gvozdyk didn't suffer any like serious injuries. And hopefully he could bounce back, get a good win or two, and maybe get a rematch or fight Bivol someone else. Who knows? But a decent, pretty good fight. Final thoughts. Just y'all make sure y'all check out ringgangradio.com. So for more videos and shit, the usual. We're doing everything. Got more bars and boxing on the way.
Yes.
Shout outs to the squad, Clanarchy. Got that beat tape, Soul of the Sword 3 out.
Hey.
Check that out on Bandcamp. Yeah, he's selling them beats, so they getting sold out. Like half them joints sold out. So y'all want beats, y'all got holla at them.
Word up.
This shit fire. You like them Wu-Tang instrumentals with the kung fu joints in them. Y'all holla at my man Clanarchy. And my man Rome got that romantic EP out. So y'all check that out. Spotify, all of that, iTunes, Apple Music, that shit. And PJ Seminar coming up. Y'all check that out.
Yes.
And that seems to be it. That's all I got to say. I mean, that's
word up. So P, do you have any final thoughts?
I mean, I sentiment everything. My sentiments exactly with everything LB said. You know what I'm saying? Like, follow, subscribe. We got a lot of dope stuff, a lot of good content. Where else can you find content like at Ring Gang Radio? Nowhere. So you already know what it is.
Yeah. Well said. And my final thoughts, like I said, just yes, echo everyone. If you like what you hear, subscribe, leave a comment, all that stuff. We like feedback. We like we like conversing with y'all on there, leaving comments or whatever. Like I said,
if you don't want to box a podcast, guys, all in the videos, all in the interviews. Never thrown a jab before, never did a push-up. I mean, come to Ring Gang Radio Records. I mean, we get it popping over here. I mean, y'all don't like Ring Gang Radio? Fool, we know this Ring Gang Radio. Shit.
Ring Gang.
We just keep it real over here. I mean, you gotta have thrown at least 10,000 jabs in your life.
Yeah. And I've thrown 10,001, so I had.
I mean, like 10,000, like nigga, that's a year right there. That's a month. That's been done.
You know what I'm saying? My jab is automatic now, and like LB is like, nigga, like LB was like, nigga, if you can't jab this bag until you're tired for at least one round, then we ain't doing your podcast, bro. You like to wait up. Like I said, this shit's real over here. You know what I'm saying? Your hands gotta be sharp.
Yeah, you gotta be able to back foot box out of a bear trap.
Back.
What the fuck?
Oh my god. But yeah, definitely like stay tuned, man. Like always, man, we're working, we're forever coming up with things, for y'all and for y'all to listen, to share and whatnot. So,
yeah, worldwide, we see all listening. So shout outs. Yeah. All the countries out there, Australia, China, everywhere.
Yeah, that be listening. That'd be increasing our mobile plays count, our download count, and all type of shit. Like something crazy. We appreciate that y'all showing that type of love. We're humbled by it. So yeah, like I said, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. For myself, Patscorpio, the New England representative. For Shutterworth da Gawd, LB, the GOAT artist. For King P, Bodega P. And like I said, we come with nothing but nothing like that boxing, man. That's what we do, man. We boxing, we talking, we have a little bullshit in between, man. That's how we do. So, yep. Until next time, peace.